Hello, dear students. Welcome to I-Fal. My name is Teacher Nikki, and I am here to have another video lesson with you. So I am so excited to talk about a new topic for you today that will help you understand and construct better sentences using the English language. I know that these lessons will be very helpful for you to communicate using the English language that are grammatically correct and properly constructed, considering that we will be talking about some grammar topics. So I want you to concentrate on our lesson today, pay attention to our sample sentences, and please practice them very well even after the class. So let's go ahead and start our lesson. Let's go. So for this lesson, let's go ahead and talk about the last sentence structure that we have here, which is your compound complex sentences. All right. So what is a compound complex sentence? As the name suggests, a compound complex sentence comprises a compound and a complex sentence. So it just means it's a combination of the two, a compound sentence and a complex sentence. Just right, remember, a compound sentence means that you have two independent clauses combined together, and a complex sentence has one or two independent clauses and a combination of one or two dependent clauses. Now, a sentence is compound, just like it says, when it has two or more independent clauses. A sentence is complex when it combines one independent clause with at least one dependent clause. So as a result, when a sentence must have two dependent clauses and at least one dependent clause to become a compound complex sentence. All right? Now, compound complex sentences are typically the longest of all the sentences structure. Compound complex sentences allow you to add a layer of complexity to your writing or even to your speaking. So, they improve the flow and keep your readers, or your listeners engaged. And they are also useful if you're explaining complicated ideas. All right. So, this is what we use in conversation or in dialogue when we want to be, more detailed and explain complicated ideas just like this. Now, we can use compound complex sentences to make that as part of your structure for conversation. Now, let's pull apart a compound complex sentence to see how they work. Let's see this example sentence here. Though Samantha prefers peanut butter and jelly sandwiches, she ordered a pastrami on rye and she thought it was delicious. So first, we have our dependent clause. As you see, the dependent clause is though Samantha prefers peanut butter and jelly sandwiches. Okay, it has a subject and a verb. However, it's not complete in thought. Then there are two independent clauses. She ordered a pastrami on rye and she thought it was delicious. So in this sentence, the coordinating conjunction joins the two independent clauses, which is like a compound sentence. Okay, now, so compound complex sentence structures. Now, the easiest way to understand the structure of a compound complex sentence is to first understand the structures of compound and complex sentences separately. So when two or more independent clauses are put together, they create a compound sentence. Remember, independent clauses together. So we call that compound. All right, they are complete sentences. Let's see this one. Okay, there are some ruins near my house, and I go there sometimes when I need to think. So the sentences above has two independent clauses. There are some ruins near my house. Okay, complete thought. I go there sometimes when I need to think. So a coordinating conjunction typically joins independent clauses in a compound sentence. Remember, that's the function of your coordinating conjunction. It's to combine independent clauses. All right. The other six coordinating conjunctions, we know that you're fanboys. Okay. Now, you can also join compound sentences with a semicolon instead of a coordinating conjunction and a comma. So for example, you can say like this: there are some ruins near my house, semicolon. I go there sometimes when I need to think. So remember, these sentences or independent clauses should be closely related. All right? Now, to be considered complex, a sentence needs to have an independent clause and one or more dependent clause. So it's a combination of independent and dependent. There are some ruins near my house, which my cousins and I used to play when we were younger. So in the sentence above, there is an independent clause. There are ruins near my house. Now, your dependent clause, which my cousins and I used to play when we were younger. So that is not a complete thought, although it's a complete sentence with its parts. Okay? Now, in complex sentences, subordinate conjunctions introduce dependent clauses. In the sentence above, we use which, okay, which is like a relative pronoun. Other subordinate conjunctions include after, although, if, until, and while. All right, so a compound complex sentence is like Frankenstein's monster made up of compound sentences structure and complex sentences structure. It has bits of both sentences types combined together. So example here, there are some ruins near my house which my cousins and I used to play when we were younger, and I go there sometimes when I need to think. So you can see that there are combination of your independent clauses and dependent clause put together. Okay, so let's splice and see this sentence here. So your first independent clause is actually there are some ruins near my house. And then you have your subordinating conjunction, which is which. Then you have your dependent clause. My cousins and I used to play when we were younger. Now we also have your coordinating conjunction. And to connect your second independent clause, I go there sometimes when I need to think. Okay? So those just how we understand the construction of your compound complex sentence structure. Okay? I hope it's clear and I hope you practice to understand this structure even more. All right? So I hope you find our lesson today very helpful. So as I always say, the secret in making your communication skills in English better is constant practice. So I want you to please keep on practicing all the lessons that we've had in the past and even this present lesson. So I know that you can do it really well and you'll improve yourself eventually. So just keep believing in yourself and practice more, okay? Now, please stay tuned to our more lessons here in I-Fal, and please visit our website that I will flash on the next screen. I also encourage you to please subscribe to our classes because we have a lot of amazing teachers that will help you and guide you in improving your English skills. So once again, this is Teacher Nikki. So I'll just see you again on the next classes and video lessons that we're going to have. I know that we will have more amazing lessons in the future. So stay tuned and good luck. Study harder and I'll see you next time. Bye.